Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Spring boobs, squire pants. No, wait. Oh, that's not right. Hello, everyone. I'm a dork. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. Welcome to my show. Movies and TV is what we do here. First off, a little bit of housekeeping. I just found out that my Billie Eilish little blurry review from Friday is now my most viewed video in my first week. It's now reached the 100 view mark. And it's also the most thank you guys so much. You guys rule. I love you all. This is, you have no idea how much I appreciate it, and especially, I'm glad it was that movie in particular, because that was a great movie. It was a great movie. Thank you all. So, you guys thought I forgot. No, I promised this, I'm going to do it. So this is just going to be a quick little review, and then I have some big announcements. So, here's the funny thing. The movie we're going to talk about today is the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. I got it right this time. It's the third film based on the classic, it's still running, and much to the late creator's dismay, animated series, SpongeBob SquarePants. It first aired when I was 6. I am now 27. Whew! That's a long time. My goodness. Okay, so SpongeBob, the SpongeBob movie SpongeBob on the Run is directed by Tim Hill, who also, last year made, among other things, The War with Grandpa, a movie that notoriously, I guess, I liked more than other people. I gave it 3.5 stars, and I said that I had a weakness for a movie like that in the same way I did with Monster Hunter, which is just that I am a sucker for anything that reminds me of childhood gems, so, like Home Alone or Max Keeble's Big Move, and I thought it was a fun time. I don't know, it was a solid matinee. I think it's a good family flick. But, kids flick especially, had some creative pranks and whatnot. He's worked on the show before, and also this significant as is the last project to even indirectly involve Steven Hillenburg, the late Steven Hillenburg, prior to his death, I believe in 2018, which, like many, made me very sad. I think the man was a genius, and I think that during his tenure on the series, which is like the first 3 seasons in that first movie, basically, there was not a bad episode of SpongeBob. I can still watch those episodes all the time. I also, even though I know I am not a regular viewer of SpongeBob now, I see it on occasion. There's some gems, but mostly it's just kind of, it's too kid-leaning and juvenile at best, and at worst it's downright offensive. Looking at you, that one episode that basically, made light of suicide. Yeah, that was a real episode. There's an episode where SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs bully Plankton so much by making him think that Krabs' daughter Pearl is going to devour him that he lies in the middle of the road and waits to get crushed by a car and acts despondent. Good job, Nickelodeon. There was another episode where SpongeBob gets a new pet for Gary, and Gary is brutally abused by this other pet, and SpongeBob berates him and treats him like crap and waits until the 11th and a half hour to save him. How nice. There was another episode that basically implies that Patrick's stupidity is not basic stupidity and ignorance, but that it was all an act. There's like an episode where he says that there's like a one where they have like trading cards, and he says something along the lines of, "Oh, well, I can't give you my usual stupidity. I can't, I can't be normal all the time. I have to change it up or something." Where it basically implies that he actually is intelligent and he's just making his friends suffer for his own amusement. Whoever's running this show now really needs a reality check. But I will say this. Moving on from that, I think the best creativity in the SpongeBob-averse lately is the films. I've actually I kind of love the second film, and I, for the most part, liked part 3, with some reservations. So this is a funny story. I saw this movie back in December. I waited to review it until it would be widely available to you. It'll be available to you on launch day of Paramount Plus, which is this Thursday, and it's one of basically, the selling points along with Camp Coral. We'll get to that. I was able to basically, through some connections, through some channels I follow, I was able to kind of MacGyver my way into long story short, getting to view this film early, it played in Canadian theaters, it also played on Netflix in the UK. I found a way to, without torrenting it, without stealing the film, watching it on the UK equivalent of Netflix. It was ExpressVPN, alright? Everyone else has talked about it, it's ExpressVPN. I had a free trial of ExpressVPN and I thought I'd use it to watch SpongeBob, so... for, within the legal channels. There you go. So, I saw it, I reviewed it on Letterboxd, I thought about it quite a bit, and, one thing that works in this movie's favor is, it's funny. It's genuinely, enjoyable and funny. Especially some high points. Awkwafina plays Otto, this, self-driving, this, robot, this car-driving robot. She's hilarious. She gets some of the best jokes in the movie. There are some genuinely inspired bits. Keanu Reeves has a running cameo, kind of not giving a crap, but having a fun time doing it as, a sage made out of sage. His head is in a ball of sage. Basically, it works in the movie. The whole thing's an acid trip. It's what all of SpongeBob is. But basically, that nice little cameo from Danny Trejo. Nice little, bits from there. Some really funny bits. The basic premise is basically irrelevant. It's for a string of gags, like most SpongeBob stories. But basically, was it King Poseidon this time? I think it was King Poseidon, or Prince Poseidon, Triton. He needed, his skin routines involves snail slime. He runs out, so he decides to, I believe it was his skin routine, maybe it was his hair routine, I don't know. Again, I saw this in December, but basically, he abducts little Gary, SpongeBob's pet snail, who meows like a cat, as we all know, meow. And basically, SpongeBob has to go to the lost city of Atlantic City with Patrick to find Gary. So basically, it's a better version of that SpongeBob episode from one of the first post Steven Hillenburg seasons where he goes missing. Basically, so that's this movie. And along the way, there's some nice corporate synergy. This movie, I will say this: the first two acts are kind of great. The first two acts of the SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob, are really consistently funny. There's some great lines in it. There's some great one-liners in it, some great humor. And the ending, I'd say the last 15 or so minutes is funny and works. But there's about a 15-minute section between the crossing of the second act into the third act where, I am sorry, I'm just going to say it, it's not really a spoiler, it's one giant pilot, 15-minute pilot presentation for that Camp Coral show that they MacGyvered their way into this movie. And I know, it's if you had any more shoehorned, it would actually be a physical shoehorn stuck into a shoe at Payless. I'm telling you, this was so obvious and it stopped the movie dead. This is the equivalent of, right as it was gaining momentum, it was and they did the most lazy way, and also they did it in the most lazy possible way. They made it so that it was sort of and they did it while also retconning a lot of SpongeBob lore. It sort of implies that SpongeBob and Sandy met prior to their actual first meeting in the show, which, if I remember correctly, in the first episode of SpongeBob, or one of the bits in the first episode, doesn't he have tea at her house and almost suffocates because he can't breathe in air? Something that. But no, in this one they met at camp when they were children, and same with Squidward, although it also seems to be that he met Squidward more closely when he moved to Bikini Bottom, so that's another thing. Patrick I can kind of get, but the other two I don't. And then it was cute enough, it really did feel like a giant ad for that show, which I might watch the first couple and I don't know. I feel like doing that is sort of spitting on the grave of Steven Hillenburg. He never wanted it, and he's been very open about it. But if I'm gonna do sort of a rundown of Paramount Plus, I guess I'll have to watch at least one episode. But I'll just. Can I watch Tuning Out the News instead? I'm going to anyway, but can I just review that instead of Camp Coral? Do you guys really care about Camp Coral? So yeah, not much more to say about it, but I'll say this. Even with that segment, the segment itself isn't bad, and if you went in not knowing that it was basically an ad for a putt, you might be okay with it, but it just felt kind of to me just a little bit too on the nose. So yeah, SpongeBob Sponge on the water or Sponge on the run? Grant, keep your head in the game. Get your head in the game. Grant. All right, is that guy from one saying with basketballs? All right. I'll just keep it in my old score. I'll give it 4 stars just because there is enough that's good in it. It's a, let's see, a 90-minute movie. Okay, so 75 minutes is great and 15 minutes is all right, but kind of shameless. That's a 4-star. I mean, that's worth walking the 2 blocks in my book. So 4 stars, out of 5. It's not perfect. I still think if you're talking also on a scale like SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the first one gets like a 5 for me. That's like childhood. The second one gets 4.5. This is 4. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's better than Never Again the Witch. Not as good as Flora and Ulysses when it comes to family entertainment, but better than Never Again the Witch. Trailer Trash None. Again, I watched it on Netflix in the UK. Was there Shauna? I don't quite remember. I think there was though. I'm gonna be a little bullish on that. I know there's stuff during. I don't remember if there's stuff after. I think there's like little animations. Yeah, there might be. I think there's a little bit at the end. Just stick around. I'm sure there is. Yeah. All right. Let's close the book on SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. I got some announcements, and then let's get out of here because I have another movie review coming later tonight. So, and it's gonna be a surprise. You'll see, but let's keep it. I mentioned it in one other video. There's for my frequent viewers. There you go. And I gotta watch it in due time because I have Dr. Spoon's around. So, coming up, we got Pacific Rim: The Black. Okay, we got some of our Paramount Plus preview. We got like 76 days. I'm gonna plan on watching it. Trailer Park Boys Jail season finale is on Thursday. I'll review the whole season after I watch it. The first season, Pacific Rim: The Black, as I said, coming to America. Watching that this weekend. I can't wait. We'll get a review when I get that out. We're gonna do our deep dive into WandaVision, and then on top of that, maybe some Camp Coral. Definitely some other stuff there, and then also this weekend, I already got my tickets. Friday, you can expect a review of Boogie, which is the feature debut of Eddie Huang, who is the creator of Fresh Off the Boat, based on his life, so it's his writing directing debut. And then Saturday, I'm actually doing an IMAX double feature. I haven't done an IMAX double feature, I think, since Seventh Son and Jupiter Ascending, which that was a bad double feature. And I'm going to be reviewing Saturday, and that'll be at night. I'll just do both in quick succession. Chaos Walking, which last I heard from a test screening was unwatchable, so that should be interesting. Good cast, good director, and not terrible premise. I'm honestly surprised. And then a movie I'm actually really excited about because apparently it's phenomenal. Raya and the Last Dragon, which I'm also seeing in IMAX. So yeah, I have A-list. I don't need to pay $30. I have A-list, and I have the and I'm going back to the theater because it's what I do. So I'm not paying $30. I don't have to pay anything because I have A-list points. So sorry, suckers. No, just kidding. I love you all. Even if I paid $30 for Milan. It's okay. I love her weaknesses. I didn't hate Milan. Okay. Controversy outside of the film's content itself, I didn't hate Mulan. Some of the behind the scenes stuff was crappy, but I didn't hate the movie. So yeah, SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. It's available on premium VOD if you have Paramount Plus, which is basically CBS All Access by another name. It's free to you. I wouldn't recommend paying $25 probably watching that. Just watch it on Paramount Plus. Otherwise, just wait for it to come on Nickelodeon inevitably. Like, it's not what you need to rush out to. So, but it's good. I liked it. I even feel like the 4 stars is a little generous. It's more of a 3.5 star, but I put that in my original score. I was up on it. So, yeah. I have another review tonight, too. And then, I don't know. Next week, we're going to be talking about some stuff. Yeah. At some point, I'm sure. Yeah. So that'll be next time, and until next time, thanks for all the love and support. Again, for the Billie Eilish thing, thank you all. Love you all. Steven Hillenburg deserves better than this. I just have to say it. I'll see you. That'll be next time. See you next time. Very soon, actually, in just a few hours. Until next time, most of you will see this when you wake up. I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you.